Welcome back to Jackknife TV. So, I just finished up I don't know what you would like to call it, a lengthy interview process with a heavy haul slash importer exporter company, and it went real well. It was it was pretty different compared to most interviews, because I was actually interviewed by the owner of the company. And I'm thinking about taking it. We didn't really go over financials too much, because he wants to make sure I have a little time to think about it, because pretty much I would be the company. I would be, supporting the company. I would be operating the 19 axle and 13 axle specialized trailer with Jeeps and hydraulics and everything else. And it's they would be making an investment in me. I would almost technically, for a lack of better words, be a partner. The two drivers that have been with the company since the 70s or whatnot, the one, he pretty much was retired, forced to retire at 70 something, due to blood pressure and not passing, a DOT physical. And the one right now, he's still doing it. He's been wanting to retire for like the last 10 years, he said, but he's good friends with the owner and everything. And he's almost 80 years old now, and he's still doing supersized loads. And he wants to retire, but he doesn't want to let his friend down. He's been with the business since the late 60s or 70s. They've been in business for over 60 years. And, most of the people working there have been there 25 to 35 plus years, if not longer. And, I don't know how to actually, interpret the business. It's sort of a small business, but it's very specialized. They do warehousing, importing, exporting, and specialized transport. And I don't know how I feel about taking it, because right now I do pretty good for myself. I'm making just about $30 an hour. I have corporate benefits, vacation. I would get vacation there and whatnot. And he said that we can try to come together and make a custom benefits package for you, including with vacation and stuff like that, because technically I'm dealing with the owner. It's not I'm not dealing with the manager or whatnot. It's directly out of his checkbook. So I don't know. It's a lot bigger than things I've moved some 150 foot overall loads. I've moved 105,000 pound 3-axle RGN. But when you start talking about moving, just the trailer and the truck itself are like 117,000 pounds, and then you add on 150,000 pound. Let's see what could be. Transformer. Oh, there you go. 150,000 pound transformer, and you're talking moving some weight, especially for someone that's never done it. And the only training I will get is technically from the previous driver that's still there. Of course, I would probably do most of the normal oversize first, and then get thrown right into the frying pan, basically. Moving a supersized load with, I guess, one of the more experienced old-time drivers by my side. But I was talking to the owner, and even the guys that he has that's driven the trailer, they're steered the trailer, I guess you could say, they're getting older and whatnot. And coming right out of his mouth, it's just hard to find guys that are capable and intelligent enough to be able to operate the equipment. He has a hard enough time right now with applications, asking him whether or not he has automatic trucks. They're all 18 speeds, two speed rear ends, 2-speed. I guess I forget what they said it flipped from. I think it went from 390 to 557 or something like that. 2-speed rear axles, and these are some heavy haul trucks. No DEF. I think he said. Supposedly they were dynoed out at 650 to 700 horsepower Caterpillars. So, yeah, it's the real deal. I just, I don't know if I want the stress or the anxiety to be, be put upon me after, dealing with the last couple years and, putting myself where I'm at now. I don't know if the money's worth it. I mean, we're looking in the ballpark of probably $40 to $50 an hour, maybe more. Depending, especially because I offered to do some other things, some YouTube and maybe marketing for them, and I just don't know. I don't want to get into something, I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. But I mean, it's definitely an opportunity, and I don't know if I could say it's it'll be something I could put on my resume. I don't know if it's something I could use per se. Even if I did do some supersize. Well, technically I kind of have, but I mean, if I do some real supersize heavy haul loads. How many heavy haul companies are out there that well, I'm not saying how many companies are out there, but how many companies are out there are actually searching? Usually when you get into that, you're making good money, and the company takes care of you. You're specialized. You are the company, and that's kind of like what this is. But like I said, I am going to be relied on very heavily. Most of it will be home daily. We go out to like Baltimore Port or Newark, Philadelphia, but they do bring stuff from out in the Midwest. So I mean, I've done oversized pretty much mostly on the East Coast, some Ohio, but I've never gone like done Indiana, permits and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not too worried about that. But any curfews and whatnot that I'm used to is all East Coast, primarily like 81, 80, 95. So like I said, that's gonna be, it's gonna be different, and I don't know if I want, the weight of this guy's company, because he's older too. He's probably, I would say, in his late 60s, 70s. Whatnot, and his son's also helping him run the operation, and I just don't know if if I want that kind of responsibility. I definitely would want to be compensated for it, that's for sure. But also I gotta think about, will that company last another 30 years? Will he sell? He's already said he's been offered tons of money to sell out, and he hasn't done it, and he doesn't want to do it. Neither does his son technically want him to do it. So I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know. Give me some input. I guess technically it's an opportunity, and it might turn into something a lot more. But you know, there's risks involved with everything, and you know, I have a little bit of a what would you like to call it? A little bit of a learning curve, because, well, you know, you don't really. How many times do you get to drive a 19-axle hydraulically steered trailer? You know, it's not something you're just going to pick up at Swift or Prime or something. You know, so you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a blessing or a curse. And like I said, I would have literally like the weight of the company resting upon my abilities to move supersized loads. So anyway, it's Jackknife TV. Thanks for stopping by. If you can, please subscribe, smash the like button, and yeah, Jackknife out.